Hello students, so today we are going to start section 3, page number 60. It's a beautiful poem. It's written by Walt Whitman and it's an extract from Song of Myself, and name of the poem is I Think I Could Turn and Live with Animals. As we can see in the name, it's written I think means here the poet is thinking that I could turn and live with the animals. That I could turn and means he is having the desire to turn into an animal and he wants to live with the animals. Now we'll see why he wants to live with the animals. What is the quality that he likes in the animals that he wants to become an animal? So firstly we'll see the summary of the story. In the poem Animals, the poet Walt Whitman praises animals for being better than human beings and for possessing all such qualities that humans lack. Means in this poem, Walt Whitman, he is praising animals. He is saying that animals are far better than human beings because animals are having such good qualities that are not present in humans, which humans lack. Those qualities are, now what are those qualities that are present in animals and which are not present in the human beings? They are calmness, the lack of greed, the ability to stay happy, means they are self-contained, they are placid, they are calm, they don't have any greed, they are happy in what they have. They don't want to own all those materialistic things. They don't want the luxurious life. They are happy and they have the ability to stay happy. The poet wants to live among animals and experience a life where no one complains. Means the animals, they do not complain. They never complain about anything, like we want this thing, the other person is possessing this thing, I don't have this thing. Like humans say na ki mere paas ye nahi hai, wo nahi hai. So animals are not having any feeling about owning or possessing the materialistic things. They are happy in what they have. So they never complains about anything, and where they are free of sins and sorrows, means they are not complaining to God that why you have given us this type of destiny, why I don't have this, why I am doing this. So animals, they don't have any complaints. The most important theme of the poem is not to praise how good animals are, but to compare the humans with them in order to highlight the flaws of their nature. So the main thing, the theme of this poem is not to praise the animals or tell the good qualities of animals. It is the comparison. So this poem is having a metaphor, literary device, a poetic device, that is metaphor, in which two things are compared. So here the animals are compared with the humans. The qualities that are present in the animals, they are compared with those of the humans. The virtues, or we can say the qualities, they are named as tokens. The poet believes that probably a very long time ago humans possessed all these qualities mentioned, but they have now lost them. कि बहुत time पहले में भी कि all the people, all the human beings, they must be having these qualities, but now they are not having all these qualities. कि हो सकता है पहले के लोग बहुत अच्छे हों, वो materialistic things के पीछे ना भागते हों, वो complaints ना करते हों, वो अपने आप में खुश रहते हों, उनमें greed ना हो. But now you all know that each and every human being wants to live a luxurious life. He or she wants all the materialistic things. We want house, we want cars, we want mobile phones, each and everything we want. We are greedy. We want a life which is full of luxurious things, but animals, they don't want anything. They are so calm, they are never complaining. So this is the only thing that we are going to read in the poem. So we'll start reading the poem. I think I could turn and live with animals. Now here the poet is expressing his desire to turn into an animal and live with them. They are so placid. Placid means calm, pure, docile, and self-contained. Self-contained means self-sufficient, means what they have, they are happy in that. So the poet here is expressing his desire to turn into an animal and live with them, and he is impressed by their calmness, their purity, the purity of their mind. And the poet is saying that I stand and look at them long and long. So here the poet is saying that I can stand for a very long time and I can look at the animals. I never get bored looking at the animals because they are so sweet, they are so calm, they are so self-sufficient. So here the poet is saying that unlike the humans, animals seems to be so contained with their lives and they are very happy in their natural surroundings. Means animals जो हैं वो अपनी लाइफ से, अपनी सराउंडिंग से बहुत ज़्यादा खुश हैं जो उनको नेचुरली मिली है. ठीक है, ह्यूमंस की तरह नहीं. इफ़ दे हैव अ हाउस दे वांट अ बिग हाउस, इफ़ दे हैव अ बिग हाउस दे वांट अ मोर बिग हाउस. ठीक है, तो इस तरह से एनिमल्स आर नॉट हैविंग एनी desire for such all these things. So animals seem to be so contained with their lives and they are happy in their natural surroundings. So moving towards the second paragraph, they do not sweat and whine. Sweat and whine means complain and cry. ठीक है, complain करना और रोते रहना about their condition. We humans are having this type of nature that we always complain about our condition. We always cry in front of God. Why I don't have this? Why that person have this? So the poet is happy with the fact that the animals do not make complaints and they do not cry about their condition like we humans do. So they do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Now the poet is saying, like we all human beings do, we just sometimes if we have a tension or something like that, we just awake in the night and weep for our sins. But animals, they don't do like this. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Their duty here means their sins. They don't discuss their sins with God. They don't say to God that why you have given us this sort of life. Means they are happy with their natural surroundings. So again we'll see what is in these three lines. The poet is happy with the fact that the animals do not complain and cry about their condition like humans do. They eat, they sleep, they eat and sleep peacefully as they have nothing to worry about, while humans, because of their wrong actions, they are unable to do so. Means we are not able to sleep without worrying. We are always having a tension about the next day, about our future, if we have done something wrong. So we are always having a pressure on our mind. But the animals, they are not having any sort of pressure on their minds. They are not having any sort of worry. So animals are able to sleep and eat peacefully because they have nothing to worry, while the humans, because of their wrong actions, they are unable to do so and thus cannot sleep properly. They have to worry all day, all night, so they cannot sleep without worrying. Humans, even after committing sins, means even after humans are doing wrong things, they talk about God and rightness. The point here means that since animals are so pure, they don't pray for God. They don't pray to God for forgiveness or ask God to fulfill their desires like we humans do. तो हम क्या करते हैं? We always stand in front of God. God, I want this. God, I want that. Please, God, let me... please help me to be on this position. God, please help me to possess this thing. हम ये कुछ करते हैं in the front of God. But animals, they do not pray to God for their forgiveness or for anything they have done wrong because they are so calm, they are so, we can say, placid that they don't commit any sins. But we humans, we commit a lot of sins. But after that also, we just stand in front of God and we talk about our desires that please God, fulfill our desires. Otherwise, we always weep for our sins and we always discuss them in front of God. So animals don't do like this. So these are the qualities that poet likes about animals, and he wants to turn into the animal and he wants to live with the animal. Not one. So next, no one is dissatisfied, no one is demented. Demented means obsessed. With the mania, mania means desire of owning things. Means animals are not dissatisfied. They are satisfied with what they have and they are not having any desire to own any materialistic things, like we want a house, or we want some mobile phones, we want some gadgets, we want vacations. So animals are not like that. They are not having any desire of any luxurious things, or they don't want any materialistic things. They are not having the desire of owning any things. No one among them is dissatisfied, no one is demented, no one is obsessed. So not one kneels to another, कि no one knee down to another. Knee down to another, कोई किसी के आगे नहीं झुकता, means they do not pray in front of God, or they do not pray in front of their ancestors or elders. Have you seen some animal praying, or have you seen some animal respecting his or her elder? No, it's not. We haven't seen like this. So nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respected or unhappy over the whole earth. So in this paragraph, in these 3 lines, the poet is saying that animals are not dissatisfied and obsessed about any materialistic thing, and they are not having any mania or any desire of owning anything. And animals, they do not pray to God. They are not having any ancestors in front of them. They knee down. They don't do all these things. So they do not pray to God, or they do not pray in front of their ancestors. So the poet says that all of them are equal. There is no question of respecting one another, or we can say, or insulting one another. And this is the only things that makes them happy and uncomplaining. So here the poet is again telling us one more quality of the animals, and also he is telling us why they are happy and uncomplaining, because they do not knee down in front of anyone. For animals, all are equal, and there is nothing to respect about anyone or to insult anyone, and this is the only thing that makes them happy. So they show their relations to me, and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. The evince is written to show clearly that you have a feeling or quality. Them plainly in their possession. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? Now the poet is saying कि he feels that the animals represent human beings in some way. कि कभी कभी लगता है पोएट को कि animals are representing human beings in some way. So this means that the animals seem to have what humans had once. कि कुछ ऐसी virtues जैसे kindness, innocence, self containment, कुछ ऐसे virtues, कुछ ऐसी values हैं जो humans में काफ़ी देर पहले हुआ करती थी. So the poet is telling us about those lost values of humans because of this civilization, because of the urbanization, because of this modern world and these corrupted human beings. All these things have taught us greed. हमें लालच सिखाया है इन सब चीज़ों ने, मॉडर्न दुनिया ने, सिविलाइजेशन ने, करप्शन ने. And the poet is saying that all these things have dropped these virtues. इन सब चीज़ों के कारण हम greedy हो गए हैं. And the poet believes that humans dropped these virtues a long time ago and they have forgotten them. Now in this paragraph, the poet feels that the animals represent human beings in some way. Like we are having all the qualities that animals are having, but now these qualities are lost because of the civilization, because of the corruption. We are having greed in ourselves. And the poet here believes that I think where they get these tokens, कि उनको ये virtues कहाँ से मिले. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? कि क्या ये human beings से ही animals को मिले हैं, और human beings इन सब virtues को, इन सब tokens को, इन सब values को बहुत देर पहले भूल चुके हैं और ख़त्म कर चुके हैं. So this was all about the poem. I think I could turn and live with animals, and it's written by Walt Whitman.